Okay, we are live. Welcome to the 2024 Arizona congressional primary coverage. We have Steven on here and Red Tie Politics, and we might have like one other person joining. I'm not sure yet. He said he was going to join, and now he's not. But I guess he's just not on Discord at the moment. So, but anyway. So it's just Arizona tonight, but these are, I mean, these are pretty important primaries. I mean, the Senate primary is going to be closer, I think, than most people would anticipate for people who haven't been paying attention. And then, of course, we are following the primary with Masters and Hamadeh, that absolute mess in the 8th district. And then, of course, you know, a few other interesting primaries. We're gonna see if Eli Crane can hold off the guy that McCarthy's people have been propping up because they hate what he did. Which he will, because this is not the guy literally has no funding at all. Like he's not been fundraising well. He was kind of a last minute candidate. I mean, it's just going to be interesting regardless, because I think they have been spending some money on that, just maybe not a lot. Oh yeah, and the 1st district, there's an absolute mess of a primary for the Democrats as to who's going to take on David Schweikert, because that seat is like really, really flippable this year for the Democrats. It's like one of the seats that I think they probably will flip. And they have an insanely messy primary. They have like 6 people running, and like 4 to 5 of them have been polling in the double digits. So it's like the winner of the primary is probably not going to crack 30%, if I had to guess. Oh look, okay, here we go. That's man milk, right?
Hey. Yeah, that's man milk.
Yeah, it's man milk. Okay, good. So I think we got everybody here. We're expecting the polls, or the first polls, I think, close in like 3 minutes. If I'm wrong about that, I'm really going to be mad, but I'm pretty sure.
What if Toma wins instead?
Okay, Toma is an interesting case. I guess foreseeably he could win, but like that would only be because the other candidates and their mudslinging fest are like go down in flames because the other candidates just creep up like that. I guess that's the only way. Like it would be, I don't know if this is kind of off topic. I don't know if you know like how Deb Fischer won her 2012 primary in Nebraska. She won because the 2 statewide office holders who were running for Senate in that primary were slinging mud at each other like crazy, and she just was a little known state senator, and she got like 42% and won the primary because they were too busy attacking each other. So I guess if you see that kind of a situation, maybe we could see Toma, but I don't know. My understanding is Toma is not the best candidate at all, and out of any of them.
Hey, does Abe Hamadeh storm the Capitol if Blake Masters wins?
I don't think so.
Well, I'm hoping Abe Hamadeh loses.
Yeah, he would be like Marjorie Taylor Greene, but even worse.
Wait, really? He strikes you like a crazy guy?
Yeah.
I mean, all he does is talk about election integrity, and he thinks like Blake Masters should have he thinks Masters should have contested his 5-point loss to Mark Kelly, basically by implication. That's what he's been saying. It's like, I'm sorry, do you really want to raise all this money that's going to go to all these legal challenges that get absolutely nowhere? I mean, Kari Lake and Hamadeh both did the same thing, and look where they got. It's like, that's another ridiculous thing about that guy's campaign. So But yeah, no, Toma, the weird thing about Toma is that he is endorsed by Lesko. So she oddly enough just like passed up all the known people to support Toma.
Is Debbie Lesko even relevant?
She's the incumbent representative for that district.
Oh, yeah. I really hope Blake Masters wins. He would be an excellent congressman.
No, yeah, and he would, because Lesko is on the Freedom Caucus. He would hold that seat for the caucus. So yeah, I don't know why Lesko. I guess it's because he's from that district, and like Hamadeh and Masters are technically both carpetbaggers. I guess that's why she backed Toma, but like, he has a good legislative record. It's just he's just like one of those people who's like more status quo, you know? I mean, it's like there's not really anything.
So he's like a Jim Jordan type.
I guess. I mean, if you look at his website, he cites a lot of like great legislative changes, like with like, election security, abortion. So I mean, in terms of a lot of issues, he seems pretty hardcore, but he's more of, he's less, I guess you could say he's more of a Jim Jordan type in the sense that he's not somebody who like fights leadership or, but then again, I'm not sure if Masters does that either. I think Masters is just like ultra conservative, sort of like Paul Gosar. And
The thing about Masters, though, is he said he wouldn't vote for McConnell for Senate leader, and as a result, he got no money.
It's true. It's just we don't really see yet, I mean,
But
like,
honestly though, out of all the races in 2022, Masters had the hardest one.
he did. And to be fair, I don't think anyone was beating Kelly. It's just he was the worst. Okay.
Maybe maybe he's the worst candidate, but like I don't. The only one that probably could have won is Doug Ducey. Even then, he wasn't even popular. So
No, I'm going to disagree with Masters being a bad candidate. He was just terribly underfunded. And at the time, he didn't know what he was doing. But he's a smart guy personally, and he's learned from his mistakes.
I don't think he was good for a statewide office in Arizona.
Maybe not for statewide office in Arizona, but like as a candidate, I think he was good.
I think he should have he probably could have ran back then when Arizona was redder. But then again, he wasn't old enough at the time.
I wish that, I feel like Kari Lake should have ran for Senate in 22 because she would have wiped the floor with Kelly
No,
in the debate.
In a debate, maybe.
Yeah, probably in a debate, but I don't think
And Masters would have probably overperformed her in the governor's race.
I kind of wish that Paul Gosar ran for governor in 2014, though.
I don't think. I think it's good that we got Gosar in Congress.
Gosar's on his way out, so like.
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see if he runs again in 2026. But I haven't, apart from the fact people are saying he might retire soon. I mean, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, if whoever wins this, whoever loses the primary is probably going to run for Gosar's seat.
But yeah, the polls closed like 5-ish minutes ago. We are not getting any results currently. New York Times says last polls close in 55 minutes, which by implication, no, but I think some polls did close, but I think Arizona is a state where there are some polls that closed later. So I'm expecting we'll get results, but like,
Wait a minute. If Paul Gosar does retire, wouldn't Lake ran for his seat? That would be a downgrade, in my opinion.
They close at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We won't get results till then.
I feel like the only way for Lake to salvage her career if she loses to Gallego is to run for Gosar's seat.
Yeah, and she's, to be fair, she's not even, apart from her being like a major hater for the press, it's like She's not even that great on the issues, if I'm being honest. Like, apart from border security.
She's decent.
I don't know. I mean, her abortion stance is like for example, she's basically changed to being like pro-choice or whatever on the campaign trail. Like, it's gotten weird.
That's fine. I think that a lot of these people who sorry, I think that the polls are underestimating Lake, and I think she'll barely beat Gallego this November.
Oh, I don't think so. Unless Trump wins Arizona by like 5.
Which the polls are looking like I've seen Trump +7 in Arizona.
Yeah, I don't believe that he's gonna win it by 7 though.
I don't even know if he even beat Harris though. Like,
I don't know. I think polling is being too nice to Trump in Arizona, if you want my honest opinion. That's just one of the states that he's just not good in.
Well, they were spot on in 2016 and 2020.
In Arizona, I don't know. I'd have to check.
In
'Cause
2020, Arizona was a toss-up in the polls.
yeah, and it was very close in the end. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
think
was, I think by number of votes cast, the closest state.
let's get political. Kamala is winning. I don't agree with that, but it's possible.
Kamala is going to be the biggest humiliation for the Democrat Party in our
I can
lifetime.
see this being like a Clinton repeat.
I mean, I just don't see, like, I know Democrats are excited for her because they don't have an 81-year-old dementia patient to vote for anymore, but like, it's still like she doesn't appeal to the crucial voting groups.
Yeah, she has no appeal on her own. While Trump appeals to working class whites and families, Kamala only appeals to liberal white women and black women.
This is so confusing to me. I thought polls for sure in Arizona close at 9, or some of them do.
Fake news.
Well, it says last polls close. Normally, New York Times will say like first polls close at this time, and then it will say last polls close at this time. But this time it just said last polls close at 10 Eastern time, which implies that some polls close earlier, but it doesn't look like we're actually going to get any early results from the 9 p.m. poll closing. So I don't know. Anyway, we will just continue talking about this until then. If Kamala wins, we are moving to Switzerland. I'm not kidding. Wow.
Yeah, I'm probably going to move to. Well, if I'm probably going to finish learning Japanese and just try to get a job in Japan somehow.
Wait, Red Tie, is your mic working or like what's going on? I guess his mic's not
Yeah,
not
Red Tie is going to go back to Syria.
I don't
And that
have okay, I don't have it on. I will later. Okay.
that would be zero would be worst. Yeah, no.
Oh
Honestly,
yeah,
Syria.
speaking oh, sorry. No. But speaking of Debbie Lesko, since we were talking about her a moment, that she initially said she was just retiring from politics, and then she later announced she was running for Maricopa County Supervisor. So we are going to watch the primary and see if she wins the Maricopa County Supervisor District 4 primary.
She's basically getting demoted then if she.
Well, no, she wants to run more locally because she wants to help with our elections. She's being a team player, and that's a very honorable thing for her to do.
Yeah, honestly, no, I agree. Like, if I were to ever get in politics, I would do local politics because that's the stuff that actually, like you're actually close to the people you're supposed to represent, and people actually respect you, and you actually have a real, relationship if you're good at it. So,
I think local politics, like it can probably help national politics too.
Okay, Arizona is not over. People are acting like the state's going left off a cliff.
If Harris wins, it's gonna be a problem for us.
I mean, I think if we get more like more moderate or like just like not Trumpy candidates, it's very winnable. But the problem is the Arizona GOP is just overrun with like Trumpy people, and it's just like they're a state GOP that is just like so, like not really fitting for their state. Like they should be the state GOP of Wyoming, not Arizona, I guess is what I'm saying. Because like
Yeah.
I
and
kind
that's
of
why
wish,
we have
yeah.
that's why it's so funny. Literally every Republican in a safe House seat in Arizona is a member of the Freedom Caucus. That's what's so funny. They're Arizona is like a moderate, more moderate state, and all the Republicans in safe red seats are like, more quote unquote extreme.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with the
besides,
exception of
yeah.
Siscomani, we have a near flawless Republican delegation from Arizona.
Yeah, I mean Cisco Mani, he's from a Biden seat, so it's like
It makes sense.
I still don't know how anyone in their right mind could vote for either Biden or Harris.
The TDS is just bad. I think
Yeah.
I think if there wasn't polarization, I think Trump would probably be winning.
it's
Oh
just
yeah,
so
if this
dumb
country
how
was less
they're
polarized, Trump would be winning the popular vote by like 6.
it's just so
But back
dumb
then,
how
like quite a
like
bunch of Democrats voted for Reagan and Nixon.
yeah, we don't have that anymore.
I wish they would vote for Trump at TDS, of course.
Anyway, since we have like what 48 minutes or less until actual poll closings because I didn't really do my homework and am kind of taken off by surprise. Um Maybe we should like do some maps in the meantime.
How about we play one of my videos on stream
Okay.
and then roast the shit out of it?
Wait, but it's your video. Why would we do that?
I get free advertising.
Now let's actually create maps though. Like
Okay.
here's YapMS.
If your channel becomes a success, yeah, you probably become the next Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro, I don't agree with like him on policy, but his commentary is good. Like when it comes to like the stuff he supports, like Ukraine aid and all that, I'm kind of like but when it comes to what he has to say about like the current landscape, I more or less agree.
Honestly, I tolerate Ben Shapiro because he's good, because I think he does more for the right than he hurts, but I don't think his ideas should be taken seriously.
Who do we have as Harris's running mate?
Let's do something funny. Her running mate in this map is Joe Biden.
Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. Do you,
Imagine Vance would destroy Biden in a debate.
Oh
that's
yeah,
not,
you think his debate performance against Trump was bad? Just wait till he goes up against Vance.
I
I
think
think
Vance.
yeah, Vance is being underestimated quite a bit.
No, yeah, I'm actually getting so like Vance is not a like I never wanted Vance to be the VP, but like now that he's the VP and we still have people hating on him and like digging up all this stuff that literally does not matter, it's actually starting to annoy the crap out of me. Like,
Listen, the only people who are talking shit about Vance are partisan Dems. Don't fall for this shit.
Honestly, I think Vance is probably way more charismatic than I expected at the Minnesota rally.
yeah, no, Vance is again, I his press coverage has been pretty bad, but I think people are going to be talking about him less when Harris actually picks her VP, and then they start talking about him more and like looking at what he's done or whatever. I
Oh,
mean,
they're
even
gonna
if it's not
suck
negative.
off whoever Harris's VP is.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They're still going to be covering them way more than Vance at that point. So
I
it's
think
going to be a net
whoever
positive.
I think
Honestly, I
whoever
low key
I think
want Harris to pick Mark Kelly because Vance, being a populist, would shred Kelly to shreds.
I don't I think whoever, no matter who Harris VP is probably gonna hurt her still.
I don't think it's going to hurt her, but I think it's just going to like the only VP she could possibly pick that actually hurts Trump is Josh Shapiro, and she's not picking him because of I mean there's the sexual assault stuff that like happened or whatever, and then like with his office, like some staffer, and then there's also the fact that he's Jewish and pro-Israel, and I'm sorry, they do not want to tick off the progressives. I mean, they're not going to do that. So
Yeah, I've heard that progressives have
Ironically, I
co-endorsed Andy Bashir and Tim Walz as their preferred VP picks.
that's so dumb because Andy Bashir acts like he's a fake moderate all the time.
I know, but
half the
they
Democrats
see what
support
we're seeing, that no,
terrorists.
he's actually a
I
really
wrote the
liberal person.
irony.
No, he is quite liberal. I mean,
I know the progressives see what we see.
that's yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Anyway, yeah, New York. I use 10 and over. I use 10 and over. That's what I use. So by my metrics, New York I think is still above 10. I'm still not ready to say New York is like single digits yet when it was like D plus 23 before, but anyway. So I guess that's the safe states. So here we go with and you know what? These okay, no. We do not. Nope, that is not safe. Okay. Oh yes, and of course Florida, and not Rhode Island. Geez, why do I keep screwing this up? Okay. And Maine's second district, and Nebraska at large. And did I miss anything? Oh, Alaska. Alaska is above 10. Um. So this is what I have as like the states that are less than 10. Then I guess. Which means Harris's floor is 191, but I mean that's likely not gonna. Okay, what do we okay. So what do we think about Texas? Is Texas gonna be like is it going to be like more closer to 7 or closer to 9?
I got Texas as safe.
I got
You
it.
have it you have it above 10?
Yeah,
I'm having it like around like 8.5 or I guess.
I got it at 11.
I think the max is like Abbott margin.
I don't know. Trump's still not the best candidate, but it's like it's Harris. Like she does not have appeal in Texas. So
Well, also Texas is just gone for the Dems.
I mean, I think it's still trending to the left, but it's not in play this election for sure.
I don't really think so with the shifts in the national environment in 2022 in Texas. I mean,
That's kind of true, but like it was Greg Abbott though. I mean, Texas just has a soft spot for the guy for whatever reason. So
but also he was running against Beta, and Beta got destroyed.
yeah, well, that's because that guy's fallen out of favor. Like he's no longer a quote rising star anymore. So,
But
um,
still,
yeah, no, I think Texas is like 8 or so, maybe 9. I just don't want to get too overconfident, but Trump does improve by a few points from 2020 because obviously it's Harris. Obviously Trump is seen more favorably now when it comes to his policy than in 2020. Like in 2020, it was like the change factor. People are ready for a change, and now it's, people are ready to be done with this administration, or a lot of people are. So that's going to shift it back to the right. And that factors into a lot of other shifts actually to the right in most of these other states, just because now Biden's the incumbent. So that's the only likely R state I have. So
Oh, I got North
for
Carolina as likely.
I'm still. I mean, that would mean, yeah. I
It's
don't.
Trump by 3. Trump by 3.
I would say it's Trump by 3 or 4. I mean, 4 is like the max in my opinion. But
Oof,
Yeah,
I guess I
Trump is
should.
gonna get Ted Budd's margin.
yeah, I could see that.
All
So
right, my current map has North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada is all likely, and Texas is safe.
Would Tom Tillis really be screwed if he ran against Roy Cooper?
I don't know. I think Cooper actually could win that, but I guess it depends on national environment as well. So that's kind of an early question yet.
Because Cooper seems like an institution in North Carolina.
Yeah, no, he is to some degree, but he's not going to be the same like level of god tier as a Senate candidate as he is as a governor candidate. So,
Oh yeah, these governor's races are a lot less polarized.
yeah, no, they are, which is why North Carolina has a thing for Dem governors for whatever reason. But so in terms of likely D states, I'm thinking New Mexico is like, it's going to shift pretty hard to the right, I think, because Harris's appeal with Latinos, from everything I understand, is absolutely horrendous. I'm estimating like 5 to 6 points for Harris. This is actually going to be relatively close for New Mexico. It's definitely single digits, though. It's not
I
going to
got New
be above 10.
Mexico at 4.
Yeah, I guess you can make an argument for that. I've considered putting it lean, but I'm still relatively cautious on that. Virginia, I guess same deal. I'm thinking a little. I think people are overhyping the state, but I would say it's like a 2016 margin plus a point or something. Like
Oh, I got
it's
it
a
tilt
little bit
R.
higher. What?
I got it tilt R.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I want to see more data, and also like I don't know. I don't want to jump to that conclusion.
Well,
Um,
why do you think? Why do you think Harris has been polling so well?
It's
Just like
because they've now got a new person to get behind that's not an old demented guy. That's the long and the short of it. So, I mean, she's still going to pull good numbers, but it's like all she's doing is bringing home the Democrats that we're really starting to wonder, am I even going to vote this year because we have such a bad nominee? Like that's what she's doing right now is what I think.
Yeah, she basically cauterized the Democrat Party's wounds.
Yeah. So, and then I would say Maine at large. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. Maine at large is not likely. We're gonna get to that soon. So, let me think here. I don't think there are any more likely Dem states. So, I guess now we move on to lean Republican states. So, I think Nevada's going to be lean because, again, like Latino appeal, if that's really true about Harris, then she's not going to do the greatest here by any means. I've always been skeptical of red Nevada, but I'm starting to get a little bit more confident in it just because polls are like unwaveringly for Trump at this point in the state, even though polls are not everything, as we know. Okay. Sorry, I was just checking to see if there were any more trolls. So I think that's That makes sense for Nevada. Looking elsewhere, I think I'm going to be nice and wait on Georgia. I think Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, I think they probably are lean at this point. Again, I don't know really what appeal. I mean, I guess you could maybe, yeah, no, I'm going to be safe. Tilt Pennsylvania, but lean Wisconsin because,
Man, you got to make Michigan like lean R.
why though? Like, what's your reasoning for that?
I mean, I personally got it at likely, but for me, it's working class whites plus Arabs not voting. Not turning out, plus progressives being upset, plus Trump
The chat.
making gains with union voters.
The chat.
Oh, is that red tie?
Look at the chat.
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
Who?
We got it. We got another Jake Edwards alt. That guy is so. Anyway, so I'm gonna say, I don't know. I don't. The thing is, even with Hillary, these Rust Belt states didn't even do lean, and I think Harris is worse for the Rust Belt than Hillary. But I guess you can argue she at least improves, the black woman vote or whatever in some of the big cities. So it's like I'm not wanting to jump quite to the conclusion that she's, the worst ever for, like she's going to totally bomb. But I think she's definitely favored to lose at least these two. I guess you can also say Michigan would be tilt then in that case. I mean, Harris is not going to do well with like some progressives because, she is still, the embodiment of like, pro-Israel and all that. But I think you could make the case, honestly, of the three of these, I'm most inclined to make Michigan a tilt D state. But that can
Really?
easily, yeah, because
Okay.
Michigan is still the bluest out of these three Rust Belt states, which is why I'm not like 100% confident on like Michigan. I know you are, but
Yeah, for
I'm a
me, it's
little.
Wisconsin that the Dems have the best shot in.
I mean, in a sense, but it's like Wisconsin has always been one of the best, like one of the best of these three for Republicans, though. Because like the problem with Wisconsin is that it's like 90% white, and Harris is like, a minority or whatever. I mean, she's gonna get minority voters, but then all the white working class are just gonna be totally nonplussed. So it's like I don't know. The margins in these three states are like variable, but I'm saying that Trump probably wins at least these two, and Michigan is more or less a toss-up. I'm not sure if we're talking today. I think Harris might win Michigan, but by election day, I'm not quite sure that'll be the case.
Oof. Yeah, we got completely different models.
No, we do. We have different perspectives on this, but that being said, I think Harris does win Minnesota by a lean margin. I mean, on a really good night, Trump could flip it, but it's like, especially, I mean, I have Harris choosing Bashir in this scenario, but if she chose Tim Walz, I mean, that would probably guarantee her the state. But either way, it doesn't really matter because Walz is not going to really help her win any of these other three states. So,
Yeah, the best Harris could hope for is to lose by a respectable margin.
yeah.
Polls are probably gonna
And
be off right now. Polls are like really off right now.
yeah, polls are just, this whole cycle, polls have been pretty crazy in general.
I mean, like the way Harris is like doing in the poll now is like really reflecting what's also going on in the Senate side.
So in terms of Maine, I mean, Trump lost this by like 3 points against Hillary. Harris is literally going to have probably worse appeal. and Trump might only do a little bit worse just because.
The chat again.
Oh my gosh.
I
Okay.
also think Maine is tilt R.
You think Maine? Okay, well, I'm not quite ready to say that, but I mean, it is a really bad state though for like Harris, though. To be fair, I mean, I just don't know how much it swings to the right from 2020. But yeah, that definitely is lean. And then oh yeah, New Hampshire as well. This is also lean. I'm thinking it might shift like 3 to 4 points to the. It might actually even be more. We might even see like her winning by like 2, which is kind of crazy because Trump is not the best candidate for New Hampshire. But regardless, it's like, Harris is not like a great candidate for these types of states in general. I mean, she's just not. Now, I will say her best state probably is going to be Arizona, which I think, honestly, if I'm going to give her any swing state, it's going to be this. Because Arizona is just the worst, like, swing state for Trump, like, anywhere. Like, Georgia, is still salvageable. I guess we could see I guess we could see Trump win it because of the polls, but it's like, I don't know. Arizona's just not one of those states that Trump is the best position to win. I don't know why the polls have been good for him in that. But and I think he can win it, but it's like I'm trying to be as generous as possible for Harris
I would
and
still have Georgia as lean. Same thing with North Carolina.
for Trump.
Yeah.
I'm going to have North Carolina's definitely lean.
Georgia is one of those states where she's going to perform horrible in the suburbs.
Yeah, I mean, if she's like Stacey Abrams level, but
she is going to be. I can tell you that for sure.
Oh, while we're at it, Nebraska's second district. This
Lean.
district is trending too far to the left, so I have it as lean D. It does trend to the right, but it doesn't flip.
It's not enough. Georgia,
yeah.
I say Georgia's 2.5.
Wait, when does
Georgia's 2.5 for Trump? I don't see it being enough.
When do we get the result out of Arizona yet?
10. Get it at 10.
That's gonna be like 8 p.m. for me in Washington State.
Yeah, no, they are just not. I thought for sure they started reporting at 9, but I guess not. It's just weird because when they say last polls close in this amount of time, that normally means that the first poll's already closed and we're going to get results, which is what's confusing me. But anyway, so this would be my map then.
Yeah, that's my exact map.
The margins on some of these states you could argue, but I don't want to be overconfident yet in saying like, Trump is guaranteed like, this
Arizona.
or anything.
Yeah, for me, it's literally like you put Wisconsin as tilt, and then that's it. That's my map.
Honestly, yeah, this could literally be. I mean, again, Trump has not ever won any of these states by lean margins yet. Like even against Hillary, so you would have to say Harris is worse than Hillary, which is absolutely possible because Harris is more progressive than Hillary. She's got a worse record. She's even less appealing, I would say, in the Rust Belt. It's just she's better for minorities to some extent, which is why I would be still willing to say these are pretty close.
No, I agree though. I agree with the map 100%.
Yeah. So yeah, this is what I would say. And then if we're doing Senate,
I still have 52. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't. That's pretty much what I have. So, I have all this.
Florida is likely.
Yeah, I think Florida's likely. Rick Scott is underperforming Trump for sure. Indiana, and of course West Virginia at this point.
Put Texas as likely as well.
Yeah, it is. And then okay, Hawaii. Okay, these two. This is still gonna be safe. No, wait, that's Maryland, but it's like
I don't
If
care.
Harris,
No,
if
Hey,
Harris
what's
no,
going on?
I
graduates,
don't. You know what?
No
You know
audio?
what? You know what? You're right. I think I've
Hello.
always thought for some time Maryland is like D
I
plus
can't hear
10.
anything.
You can't hear?
honestly though, I think if Harris does win, it's probably Jover.
oh,
I don't think she's favored too though, as
I
of
don't
right
know
now.
though. She could just because of the age
New
issue.
Jersey, I do have as likely though. I think that's one of the
New
races.
Jersey, yeah. I want to see what happens with the whole Menendez situation. He's still running apparently, but he's resigning, which is confusing to me. Like, I don't know if he's going to withdraw his
Well, he's going to
petition.
jail. He's going to jail.
Yeah, most likely. But my understanding was he was going to run for re-election as an independent if he got acquitted, and then he would run as like I've been exonerated type of thing. But Wikipedia says he's still a candidate, even though he's likely going to be in jail. So it's like I'm
I mean,
just confused what's going on with
he
this.
can still run in jail. I mean,
He can. But yeah, Maryland I think is like D plus 10. People were initially saying, "Oh, this is actually lean D. This is actually pretty close." I was never thinking it was going to be that massive of a ticket split, but I think Hogan is a good candidate. It's just he can only outperform by so much, and I think him outperforming by 20 is reasonable. So Delaware, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. I actually like the Republican candidate in Massachusetts. He's kind of a no-name, but he's running more of like a populist type campaign, like against big corporations and stuff, which is interesting. And then Vermont, Bernie. I think Maine, Angus King is like he's got like 61% approval. I think it's going to look similar to his other elections. He gets like 50 some percent, and then or maybe late 40s is possible too. He gets like 50 some percent, and then the Republican gets 30 some, and then the Democrat who's also running gets like 10% or less is what it's probably going to look like. And then New York, honestly, Virginia's safe at this point. I used to be way more optimistic for Hung Cao, but now I'm just looking at it and I'm realizing for whatever reason, Virginians just love Tim Kaine for whatever reason. I'm still confused why they love him, but
because I think he was a good governor, but then he went crazy after polarization.
he's also just so boring. Like I don't understand the appeal of Tim Kaine. He's a boring generic lib that Hillary chose for a running mate. It's
They
like
they probably
what is the deal with that?
they're probably still thankful for his governorship, even though maybe he was probably a moderate back in the day, but then he just went super progressive.
Probably. Um New Jersey, I don't honestly I have this safe. I think this is probably going to be above 10 still, even if it is a shift to the right. I think Menendez is probably going to withdraw his petition. I think he still has time for that because I don't know why you would resign a Senate seat and then run for it anyways. And then, like I'm still confused why you would do that. So maybe he runs for it and takes like 2% of the vote, but like I'm just like I don't know. I'm erring on the side of caution here. Um in terms of these other states, so New Mexico is going to be likely the Republican nominee has she's the daughter of like what the 36 year former senator Pete Dominici. So his daughter's running in this. He was really popular. He always won by massive amounts. and his daughter's running, and she's got decent fundraising. She seems to be like, she's not just like a random nobody who's like, nobody really cares about. Like, she actually does have some backing, but it's like, it's still New Mexico. But I think the name will help her, and the fact she just generally seems to be, not a total nobody running in the state. In terms of Pennsylvania, I think this is likely borderline lean. I mean, polarization is kicking in. I don't think Bob Casey's going to outperform by like 10 or whatever people think. Like, the days of him winning by 10 in a presidential year in Pennsylvania are over. Like, he's not. Obama won Pennsylvania by like 5 to 6 points, and Casey won by 9 in 2012. I mean, like, if he can't win by double digits when Obama's on the ballot, I don't know how he can when Harris is on the ballot. It's gonna be like 5 to 6, maybe even less than 5. But I'm gonna be safe for right now. So, okay. So Michigan and Wisconsin, I think both of these are lean. They're probably going to be way closer than polling is showing, because undecideds will break for the Republican candidates because they already support Trump. But that being said, Slotkin and Baldwin are still both strong for their states. I think you need something to happen for them to flip. I do like the candidates who are running are respectable, but it's like it's still they're still running against two pretty strong Democratic candidates for the Rust Belt. So, it's
unfortunate. Like, this is they have the strongest incumbent in this map, when it's like the most flippable map for us too.
yeah. Also, we just don't have like our candidate for Michigan. Like, Rogers is good, but like, he's not the type of person who appeals to the right, voters. Like, he doesn't appeal to like, union type people.
I wish Craig stayed in.
Yeah, Craig actually would have been pretty strong. I mean, even if he had some issues, like personal issues, the fact is he was still like way more pro-union and could have appealed a lot more to the right people. But in terms of Nevada, I think this is lean. Like, I think Rosen might win by like a point. I think he overperforms Trump by enough, but I think Sam Brown is also a respectable candidate here. I mean, apart from the fact that he's, originally from Texas, the guy's moderate on abortion and is like saying, I'm not going to support an abortion ban, which is the right kind of messaging you need when that's such an important issue. And he has a good story and all that. He seems like a respectable candidate, but I don't know. Rosen is just an incumbent, and it's just going to be tough to knock somebody like that off unless Trump is winning this by like 4 or 5, which I'm not seeing as of right now. So that leaves us with Arizona. I think Arizona is lean. If they nominated Mark Lamb, then maybe the race would be an upset. But we're looking.
And Milk is back.
Oh, good. Oh, he left? I didn't know he left.
I had my internet shat itself, and I've been waiting for the last 15 minutes to get back on the fucking chat.
Well, wait, did I not see you?
You apparently did not.
Okay, well, I'm sorry then.
Yeah, check the StreamYard chat. I was asking to be let back in.
Don't.
I even messaged you
crap.
on the cord.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Don't check it.
Oh, wait, you're right. You did. It didn't pop up for some reason.
No, I was saying don't check it because it had.
No. I know why you said don't check it. I understand it. I saw it. I was saying Discord didn't pop up for me because I didn't see his notification to me.
Okay.
But anyway, So, yeah, they just need to nominate somebody other than Kari Lake, and maybe they have a shot. I don't think Lamb is a great candidate either, but compared to Lake, it's like we got to try something new. That's
If Lamb gets the thing, I think it's Tilt. I do think it'll help that much.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hardliner, but it's like he's not somebody who's been trying to overturn the results of an election from 2 years ago. It's like,
We need new
Lake, people
people.
just don't like Lake, and with Lamb, at least, even if he is a hardliner, at least it's somebody new that they don't know as much about.
Plus,
That
we
the
actually have a
Democrats have
chance
less. Yeah, Democrats don't have as much time to paint Lamb as crazy, whereas everybody already knows Lake is crazy, and they've already made up their mind. I mean, that's the short of it. So,
Montana, I have his lean just because I think it's impossible for like Tim Sheehy to underperform by that much to lose the state by like 16 or
yeah,
something
I
crazy
mean,
like that. Same thing said for Ohio. Like I just don't see it.
I think Ohio is tilt just because. Actually, what? We'll make it lean
Lean.
by a point.
I
The
have it
thing
at
with
one.
the thing with Ohio is that we're seeing like polls in favor of Brown, but the problem with those polls is that they have like way more undecideds than the presidential polls do, and when you look at it and you do the math, most of those undecideds that are supporting Trump are probably going to break for Marino. So the race is way, way closer than the polls would have you believe. Like they're showing Brown +6 right now, and that's just not realistic. It's because the undecideds haven't broken for Marino yet, which a lot of them are going to, most likely, because they are Trump voters. And then Montana, I agree. It's like
I think even said for Nevada or Michigan, I think it can be Till, just because it depends how Trump does in the state.
yeah. Well, I think Nevada's like 1 point for Rosen, so borderline tilt, I guess. But yeah. Tester again. I used to buy into the whole narrative that he's a really, strong incumbent. Everybody in the state likes him. He'll win again. But it's like you can only outperform so much. It's like he's not. He won in 2012 because Romney won the state by like 13, and there was a libertarian that got like 6%. So it's like, and this time, while we do have a
Man Milk just
libertarian,
left again.
Okay.
I think
Well,
his internet. I'll let you know. I'll look at private chat.
okay. Anyway.
Oh, he's back.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Is your internet just really bad?
I have this thing called suburban internet. Yeah, when you live in the suburbs, your internet's just always shit.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it's the thing with Tester this year is that there's a Green Party candidate that's also on the ballot who's also going to take away votes from Tester. So you can argue, yes, there is a Libertarian nominee who's going to take away Sheehy voters. There's also a Green Party nominee taking away Tester voters.
Well, I mean,
the third
really, I
parties
could
are
also
balanced.
see. Yeah, no, I could also see maybe being like borderline likely, but I don't know.
It could be. I mean, just because of polarization, but I think
Tester
lean is
status.
pretty reasonable.
I just don't. I don't see that Tester that does that well against like a Trump ticket. Like if Trump's on the ballot and he is, it's just not going to happen.
Come on, guys, tester status.
Wait,
It's done.
Testers?
No comment.
You're supposed to say done when someone says tester status.
I resorted to no comment with that.
Wait, what did happen to Tester is done? I was trying to get him to join.
He's leaving Discord not active.
Is that why he just didn't respond?
Yeah. I mean, I made a deal that he's making Discord not active and he's just going to resort to Twitter.
Oh, man. Guess I'm going to have to find him on Twitter now.
After, I don't want to say it on stream, nor I'm not going to say it
No,
on stream.
I understand. We don't need to get into it, but Yeah, anyway, that's my predictions. We're not going to do House because we don't have time, and also that doesn't work on the
You can do
Abe.
270. You can do
Yeah,
270.
I know. I can't. I would, but it's way
Do
too
governor.
detailed.
Do governor.
Where?
Go to more. 2024 governor.
Okay, well, this is going to be very, very brief. So, these states, this. Oh, yeah, Missouri's governor primary is really interesting. That's next week. We are going to have a fun time watching that.
God, I want Eric Brighton so bad.
Eric Crichton's isn't running.
I know.
So, we have these as the safe seats. Phil Scott in Vermont running. I think Republicans win New Hampshire by a lean margin. I mean, Ayotte, I know people always point to her losing 2016. She's still a likable candidate for New Hampshire. I think she would have won 2016.
I would put it like till I have it at 0.9.
Yeah, no, it's I would say it's one or two. Like 2 is the max.
What do you say about Ayotte losing?
Ayotte losing in 2016, she would not have lost if Maggie Hassan wasn't the nominee. The only reason she lost is because she was running against a current governor. That is.
I don't think. I think she would have won either way. Has she campaigned a bit more?
Yeah, she had a very lazy campaign in 2016.
Yeah, you could say that too. Because she lost by 1,000 votes. I mean, it was ridiculous.
That's
Delaware.
That's the presidential. So I mean, that could be said something about that.
There is an entertaining primary in Delaware for the Dem side. There's a progressive running against the generic lib lieutenant governor, and then the House minority leader is running on the Republican side. So maybe that'll be interesting, but I highly doubt it.
I mean, if you look at it, I mean, she definitely matched somewhat the governor's race. I mean, the Senate race in 2016. She matched basically numbers of the presidential, so that could be said something about that.
I mean, I find it weird that there wasn't that much split ticket voting. That's kind of crazy, actually. They did both the same. Anyway, moving on. I honestly, North Carolina, I keep swinging back and forth. You could say it's either one. It's the polling recently has been kind of bad for Robinson, but it's there's also a lot of undecideds.
I don't know. Still are. I just don't see it.
I would be willing to say that, but this is really anyone's race. And then Washington, this is going to be single digits in my opinion because it's Dave Reichert. In a less polarized environment, we would have Governor Dave Reichert because the guy was literally sheriff of King County. That's literally.
I got Reichert tilt.
Really, you do?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's one of those moderates that is actually friendly to the right and doesn't just actively piss us off.
No, yeah, the Republicans are, uniting behind him. It's just, and his voting record in the House was moderate, and the fact that he was sheriff of, the county where Seattle's located is a good thing. People clearly from all across the political spectrum know who he is. It's just he's running against Bob Ferguson, and it's I don't know to what extent he can actually get split ticket voters. But I think it'll be close. I think it'll be relatively close for Washington governor standards. It's just I need to see more data to convince me that maybe he has a shot, because the polls we get out of Washington are all from the same pollster, and it gets annoying. Yeah, this is governors. That doesn't take very long, and we are now 5 minutes away from poll closing, and we'll finally get results in. I'm so sorry that it's been nearly an hour and we didn't get results in because I screwed up with the timing of this. But
It's fine. Don't worry about it, homie.
I'm not even worrying. It's just like I'm so confused why Arizona poll closing time changed. It's very weird. But
They want to get
Anyway.
a jump start on the fraud. They heard that the reviews in 2022 said that the election was too transparent. Okay, and so that they wanted to correct that.
oh,
What game should I buy on Steam? I only have like $20.
You should buy Trails of Cold Steel.
No, I prefer I like want an open world game, but they're kind of all crap. The best they have is Red Dead Redemption 2, but I already got it.
Do you have GTA?
Yeah, I have GTA 5,
Then just keep playing that.
but it's boring now.
Then start a new file.
Okay. It takes too long to download. Maybe I'll consider downloading the. Maybe I can like wait for another for a better sale. Um, I kind of want to buy Watch Dogs 2, but I don't have the enough budget. I mean, there's also this the Watch Dogs Legion available, but it's way too much space.
Oof.
Oh yeah,
okay. Now we have less than 4 minutes.
speaking of gaming, you guys have heard of a guy named Destiny?
Oh God, yeah, we all know about him.
Wait, who is this?
Destiny.
Destiny?
This like
He
apparently
was
he
a
was this
far left
liberal that
debate streamer, bro.
he was like this liberal that conservatives like kind of respected because he was apparently more reasonable, but then he just completely lost his mind after refusing to condemn the Trump shooting.
Oh yeah, he
Wow.
also said he would not have cared if someone in his fan base had gotten shot at that event.
What the heck? Wow. Okay.
And then called Trump the biggest threat to democracy ever and said he was an extremely divisive candidate.
Guys, did you see Megan the Stallion at the Atlanta thing?
Wait, Atlanta? What?
Yeah, Kamala was in Atlanta.
Yeah, but wait, what? Like, what happened?
I'll let you check in your own time. But
Honestly, though, she had a fairly large,
Dude,
large rally, but I don't think
no,
it was as
it
big
wasn't
as
there for
Trump's
her.
rally.
It wasn't there for her. They were there for Megan the Stallion.
Yes, the good thing for Democrats is they have a lot of like soul selling celebrity to back them.
Uh,
Speaking of celebrity, I wonder who. Speaking of celebrity, I wonder who Patrick Mahomes gonna vote for. Maybe he doesn't care, but something tell me he probably on Trump's side because just because he defended Harrison Butker, but maybe he probably just doesn't care at all.
Dylan Hanman, Trump 2024.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, but seriously, I apparently there was rumor that Joe Burrow. There was a rumor that like, this morning Joe Burrow like supported Harris, but then it got debunked. He just doesn't care. Okay, maybe should I buy the EA membership? That's like $5 a month. No, six
To do
dollars.
what exactly?
I don't know. They like let you play Madden for free as long as you have it. But I think it's probably more worth it than buying the game.
If that's your thing, then go for it, bro.
I honestly though, okay, you know, I want to buy the crew, but the it's just
You want to know
I
what?
think I might just not buy anything at all. I just save it,
You want to know what my expert opinion says?
huh?
You should donate that money to the Trump campaign.
No, it's the Steam one. I don't know.
I bet you buy Five Nights at Freddy's.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that game.
Bruh.
Polls have
I'm
officially
really
closed.
picky. I'm really picky though.
Yep, polls
Polls-
just closed. So now maybe we'll see some results finally.
I'm just gonna stay out of this, and I'm not gonna buy anything. Sticks to
Okay.
playing the game
At
now.
the very least, they gotta call the uncontested races. I mean, come on. But yeah, we want Mark Lamb to win here. This Elizabeth Ray person, she's like, I mean, she hasn't really fundraised or done anything, but she's like more establishment. She's gonna probably get like 3% or something. If I had to guess. But yeah, we want Mark Lamb. And then the interesting primaries we want to watch. So, oh yeah, there is the Maricopa County Recorder. We want to briefly talk about this. So the incumbent Republican, who said Biden won in 2020, they're two Republicans who, are saying that that's wrong, and now they're challenging him. So it's basically another, establishment versus MAGA type primary, but there are two challengers to him. So they'd likely split the vote unless this guy's just that hated. But this is in Maricopa County, so my guess is neither of these people would actually win a general.
Honestly, I'd rather have like a cringy Republican than a Democrat.
I would say if Mark Lamb wants to win, he needs to overperform in Maricopa.
Yeah, well, that's
Mark Lamb
true
could
for any
probably
Democrat.
be another Joe Lombardo if he wins the primary.
I mean, no, he's more right wing than Joe Lombardo, but ideally he would want to look like that.
I think Mark Lamb does really well in these Democrat counties.
I think pushing away moderate Republicans was a mistake. He probably would win more with them.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
the problem is though they kind of not team players. They would probably backstab Trump like 50% of the time.
But yeah, so House seats we want to watch out for. So the Maricopa County Recorder, this is a pretty interesting race, even though I haven't been following the actual news coverage of it.
The 8th.
The districts we want to watch. So the first district, there's 6 candidates running here. These two right here have been polling lower, but the rest of these have all been polling in the teens. So the winner of this primary is likely going to win by 1 or 2 points and probably get less than 30%. This is a very, very divided Dem primary to take on Schweikert. Schweikert also got 44% in his last primary because he had ethics scandals about campaign cash or whatever. I don't know the details, but for whatever reason, he underperformed by a lot because of it. So we might see a semi-interesting result here. But he's probably gonna win, and then,
Hey guys, Tim Waltz might be the VP.
God, that would just be that's a sign of just how desperate the Harris campaign is.
With who?
Tim Waltz.
Is he? Wait, he's the VP.
He might be. Very well.
I think I'm gonna leave because it's getting late. I need to clean up. I'll join back. How long are you gonna stream for?
until I just get tired of it and decide, what, screw it, it's too late for me to do this anymore.
All right. If that's the case, I'll probably just watch Real American. But yeah, it won't be long. Probably 30 minutes, maybe less, maybe more.
Yeah. So the first district, that's interesting. The second district, so Eli Crane's one of the 8 anti-McCarthy people who voted to remove him. They haven't really spent that much money on Jack Smith, which is funny because this guy has the same name as the Jack Smith. But I guess he is getting support from some McCarthy donors, just for the heck of it. But this is not going to be a Bob Good primary where it's super, super close. And, maybe we actually lose Eli Crane. Like, he's going to win this most likely. But it will be interesting to see his margin. And then, we look at the 3rd district. So this is Ruben Gallego's district. It's really between these two candidates. She was a vice mayor of Phoenix, and then she was a former Senate minority leader. So it's really between these two.
Wait, Real American streaming, right?
I assume so.
Yeah, he is.
So this is another open seat to watch. The 4th district. So these candidates just entertain me because this is like the nominee from last time. This is a candidate who ran in the last election, and this dude right here is a perennial candidate who was the nominee in 2016 and 2020 for this seat and ran in every other election since 2016. So this guy's like running for the seat for the 5th time, like in a row.
Wow.
And then this guy is an Islamic reformer who's actually probably got the most money on hand. I think it's going to be between these two. But this guy is like an NFL pastor guy, so he's a little interesting. If you read like his 2022 campaign was very, very interesting to say the least.
Wait, is this a Democrat primary?
That's a Republican primary.
We have a Muslim dude. What?
No, he's an outspoken pro-Israel Muslim though.
Oh.
So yeah, it's an interesting primary because like 2 of these people ran for the seat. Well, actually 3 of these people ran in the last primary for the seat, and this guy is totally new and has raised the most money. So I don't know. It's mildly interesting to watch. And then there's the Cisco Monty primary. Kathleen Wynne, for whatever reason, she's raised a decent amount of cash. But I don't think it's really going to matter because, Cisco Monty is the incumbent and it's not, a massive challenge. But and then Angle, he's going to have a rematch with Angle most likely. And then of course
we should get results any minute.
Okay, good. And then last but not least, of course, we are going to be watching this primary probably the most heavily out of any one of them because of how much of an absolute mess this is. We all know the story behind this. We are rooting for Masters. Go Masters.
Yeah. Wait, why are you such a fucking fascist? We obviously want Hamas Day.
Anyway, the counties to watch in the Senate primary are Pinal County. This is Mark Lamb's county. He's the sheriff of this county, so he has been elected here before, which means he's probably going to win it. And it's a decently populated county. I believe it's like the 3rd most populous in Arizona.
So he's check the population.
Yeah, no, I looked at it on Wikipedia. It's either 3rd or 4th most populous. Which is pretty good. So he's probably going to win this county, and he might even win Maricopa because Lake only won Maricopa by like 3 in the governor primary. So he might actually outperform expectations. I think he's going to do better than a lot of people expect. Simply because Lake, even a lot of, Trump Republicans don't support Lake anymore. So Yeah, any second. Is NBC reporting? Is that why you said that?
Let me check.
Because you said results are coming in at any minute. I was wondering how you knew that.
Yeah, no, because here, hold on. No, because they already called Ruben Gallego the winner, so I'm just saying because they're saying live election coverage and all that.
Wait, New York Times hasn't called him.
No, because it's uncontested. I don't know.
So, what do you guys agree that there just wasn't enough fraud in 2020?
What?
Yeah, we needed more electoral fraud.
Well, wait, what's that supposed to mean, though?
Like 2020 was too transparent. Biden obviously didn't get enough votes. We need more electoral fraud.
Yeah, good thing YouTube doesn't censor people anymore for saying that.
Yeah.
Otherwise we'd be screwed.
But really, though, we should, right? Like, isn't that like how democracy works when Democrats win every time? I mean, it's in their party name, the Democrats.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you wouldn't want to be a fascist now, would you?
No. Yeah, no, we don't like fascism. This channel is opposed to it. This channel hates fascists.
We are Antifa, YouTube, if you're listening. Me and my wife's boyfriend like to go out and just punch fascists.
Where is the results? They aren't even calling uncontested races. Like, maybe Arizona still sucks at counting votes, which I'm not surprised, actually, if that's the case. Like, for real, this is not. I just want to see some numbers happen.
Me and my monkey.
Wow. Okay, we might. I guess it's only 12 minutes past, to be fair. Some states actually take longer to start reporting, so I guess we're being a
Nevada.
little hasty. Yeah, Nevada. Yeah. Nevada, I was actually pretty
Iowa.
fast, though. Nevada,
Iowa.
last time with like Nevada this year, they took like an hour to start reporting, but when they did start reporting, they counted like 80% in one night. Like, it was actually worthwhile for them to take that long.
Wait, Tennessee's tomorrow, right?
Tennessee's Thursday, I believe.
You're the only 10 I see.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because there is a July 31st, which and Tennessee's August 1.
Why do we care about Tennessee?
Well, I don't really, actually. Apart from the Andy Ogles primary, that's like semi-interesting, but I don't think it's going to be close. It's just Ogles has an opponent who's like raised a lot of money from individual donors, and it's very, very weird. Like, I'm not sure why he got outraised that way, but I don't know. I'm confused by it. But he's not even somebody who McCarthy is working to get rid of because he didn't vote to remove him. So it's like he's literally he just the issue with him is that, you know, he has a few controversies surrounding things he said about his past career or whatever, but it's like that's really that's all that there really is. He's not like, you know, got like Matt Gaetz levels of like questions surrounding him, you know.
Even
I mean,
though those accusations against Gates, they're false.
Yeah, no, like they never actually charged him for any of it.
Yeah, those were dropped because of an overwhelming lack of evidence. and then shitlibs still pretend like, oh, there's any validity to them. McCarthy literally just lied about Gates out of spite, and resist-libs are now pretending, oh, he tells all the truths. Just fucking shut the hell up.
Yeah, no, I never bought the BS that the only reason Matt Gaetz wanted to get rid of McCarthy was because McCarthy was moving the investigation forward in the House. Like, that's just dumb. Because as far as I know, Mike Johnson has not done a single thing to stop any ethics probe from proceeding, and it's like Gates doesn't hate Mike Johnson now. So, man, they are really not going to report. This is going to be actually really stupid if, like, I say I'm streaming Arizona primaries, and then it turns out they just can't report during the first hour, and
Most eventful primary stream.
I mean, it's just like that's insane. Frankly, that would be really embarrassing. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen. Actually, while we're waiting, because this is taking forever, you were asking about this Republican primary in the 4th district with like all these like crazy people. I might as well just look that up and show you what I'm talking about.
Honestly, I hope the Muslim reformer guy goes to Congress. I think he'd be a really positive representation of that community.
So Stanton's unopposed, as we see. So Kelly Cooper, this guy was the nominee last time. I don't know why he's running again. He very well might win the primary, though, just because, he's got name ID from being the nominee before. There's this guy. This guy looks like somebody I knew from college, which is funny. He was an NFL player, and apparently he's also a pastor. And he ran in the primary last time, but he got like 13%. He came in last in the primary.
He seems like he'd be a good addition.
He's interesting. This is the most interesting thing about his last campaign. Is this right here.
Honestly, I'm still pissed off that we didn't give any money to John Gibbs.
Gibbs just wasn't right for the district, honestly.
I get it, but like, he's also extremely based.
No, yeah, he's cool and all, but it's like, it sucks that there's not an actual district he can win in. Like, just, yeah.
Maybe if he like goes, I don't know, maybe there's another district in the state that he'd be better in.
Maybe.
Like if someone like McLean retires, Gibbs should definitely run. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, there's some questions about Gibbs is like how efficient he is. Like,
Steven's back. Steven's back.
Okay. Gibbs was an administrator of Ottawa County, which, by the way, that's the county that my college is in. He was an administrator. He was hired after he lost that election. Wait,
are you a Michigan bro?
No, I'm from Indiana, but I go to college in Michigan.
Oh, I gotcha.
So he was an administrator of that county where my college is from, and the ultra-conservative majority gave him a county administrative job, but apparently he was just like he got fired for gross misconduct, according to Wikipedia. Which I don't know everything. I don't know everything that happened, but it sounds like he kind of sucked at what they gave him to do. So, like, I have questions about that.
Maybe they just gave him a job, not knowing
when
what
do we
he
get a result out of Arizona
was like doing.
Yeah, I don't. I
When do we
like
get result?
I like the guy, but it's like, it's I just have questions. I haven't read a whole lot, but I was aware that that the job he was given, like he kind of screwed some things up, and they fired him for some reason, but I don't know details. Um, yeah, he's an interesting character. And then the other guy you wanted to know about, this is the Islamic reformer dude.
Hmm.
So
Do you guys
Honestly,
think the
and I
country?
know this is like I'm
Do you
gonna
think
sound extremely rogue, but I kind
you
of like it when we have like members of minority groups like who are running in our party, and not just because they're like from minority groups, but because like these are actual real people who are able to see past the BS.
well,
do
yeah, and
you
also it takes away the whole the Democrats claim that like they're the party of diversity and stuff, and we're just the party of white people. Like, I mean, it's nice to have people like that, I mean, like that are like, provide a little bit of unique qualities.
Yeah,
But yeah,
do you guys think if Harris win the country, there will still be a country by 28,
barely.
or do we can have a civil war and yeah.
but yeah, he is an outspoken supporter of Israel. This is not like some Hamas guy masquerading as a Republican, at all.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
be real. I do support Palestine, but not Hamas.
No,
I
yeah, it's a complex issue. I'm not one of these people who is like I support whatever Israel is doing. Like, I I get like what they're doing, they kind of have to do it. But what I hate is how they've been taking so long to get it done. Like, it's like you do want to get rid of Hamas, but it's like at the same time you're taking so long doing it, and like making the process last for like so many months that it's like to the rest of the world it just looks like genocide, and there's probably some truth to that.
Yeah,
Even
I think it is
though,
a genocide.
yeah, I mean, at the very bare minimum, it looks terrible what they're doing. And it's like the fact that they're taking this long doesn't help their optics at all. So it's like, I agree. It's a complex issue. And that's why I also get kind of tired of Republicans, being super, you know,
Oh god,
pro
I hate
Israel.
Israel cucks. I hate them
Yeah, no, that does get a little annoying. But I
a
mean, that's
I
how
think
little.
Congress.
they should just stop. Should just stop beefing.
But yeah, that's how Congress goes with that issue. They're just filled with people who have no subtle positions on the whole Israel thing.
Honestly, Congress is Israeli occupied territory.
Well, it's cause APAC.
They should be
Um,
banned.
yeah, no,
When do we get
APAC
result out of
APAC's
Arizona
terrible.
8th?
We're not getting results out of Arizona at all right now, which is annoying the crap out of me. It's like 23 minutes past.
I have a feeling if Harris win, some of the more extreme Trump supporters are not going to take it very likely. That by
Look,
that
if
they,
she
they
if she does win, I really don't. I want everybody to just shut up and be like, and like say, okay, she won. We're not gonna, unless it's like 2000, where it's like the vote margin is so razor thin that it's like, yes, it actually makes sense to do a recount because we could actually change the result. But it's like I would prefer Trump just like not do legal challenges because it doesn't help his optics at all to, challenge results all the time like he does. Um, I I don't like how 2020 went either, but it's like I don't want it to be that way the second time where like we're challenging the results again. So yeah, this is ridiculous.
no, it's not that she it's not the fact that she win. It's the fact that she would be one of the worst president because of how she handles the border.
Well, she's just incompetent in general. I can't understand why people don't see that. She's not she's been bad in every job she's been given. Like her
Like,
policies are crazy.
I mean,
And
if she does
Have
win,
you heard of the
there
term
might be a civil war.
kakistocracy?
the term what?
Kakistocracy.
No.
It literally means rule by the least able.
Wow.
Coming from the Greek word kaka, which is the root of both evil and feces.
Wow. Whoa. Yeah, no. I mean, as people say, Harris has failed up. You know, it's
That
not
is
like
how you describe the Biden-Harris administration.
it's like she's failed up. She's gotten higher and higher positions in government, but it's not because she's done a good job. It's because she's gotten promotions despite how bad she's been.
She practically slept her way to the top.
No, yeah, when it came to her start in politics, yeah, it was because of like Willie Brown or whatever.
Yeah, he got her jobs, and then she ran for office. She almost lost California.
Oh yeah, and well, that's because the Republican district attorney from one of the other big cities was also running. So it was like two district attorneys from two very populated areas who were both really well liked. And she barely won that. This is ridiculous. I cannot believe they're maybe I shouldn't have even streamed. I mean, or like it doesn't make sense for me to stream if it's like an hour into the poll closing they finally count results. Like maybe I should have just started streaming at like 10:30 or something if it was going to do this.
Don't worry about it, bro. We're all chilling.
But like, geez, this is. Ugh. We better have results by 11, or I'm going to be out of it.
But yeah, if Trump doesn't win this one, it's like over. It's do or die.
I really don't get the Harris hype recently. It's so annoying. It's like
Bro, have
Harris
you heard of AstroTurf?
sounds familiar.
It's so you know how grassroots support is, right? Where it's all the individual folks out there coming,
Yeah.
and AstroTurf is false grass. So astroturfing in politics is the manufacturing of grassroots support, or literally faking grassroots support.
Interesting. Yeah, that's true though. That is what is happening with Harris. It's just like she trailed in like for the past 3 years, like the polls from 2021 onward all showed Trump beating Harris like by a lot. And then after she entered the race and actually became the presumptive nominee, like somehow she like surged, and it's just weird. Like I feel like people may have forgotten how bad she is, but
Oh,
it's
definitely.
I don't think it's gonna last. It's just really annoying how she's getting played up so much at this point.
I think people are just like blindsided by the hype, so they forgot that she was a bad
Party
politician.
insiders are already starting to realize, wait, she's actually really an untested candidate. We have no guarantees of winning with her at all.
You're telling me this for the first time?
Well, on the outside, they make it look like they're united behind her and like she's their greatest candidate or whatever, and the media plays that up, but it's like, no, there are plenty of doubts about her for sure. Anyway. I still cannot believe we're about to run Kari Lake again. I mean, my gosh, where is our bench?
Honestly, Andy Biggs would be an excellent Senate candidate.
No, I don't think so.
I think he'd at least be able to beat Gallego.
I mean, Gallego is like, he's a progressive. He's got skeletons in his closet. But like, I don't know, running a Freedom Caucus type is like, I don't think that's the way to go.
Honestly, I think Masters would have beaten Gallego.
Nah, Masters isn't liked statewide. I think anybody like Lamb would have a decent shot just because he's a less known quantity, and because Gallego really isn't a good candidate. And
sorry to interrupt. I don't see any reason to be dooming over the Arizona Senate race just yet. Trump's doing great. At worst case scenario, we barely lose it, but I think he's going to carry Lake over the finish line. Oh, I accidentally made a joke.
Arizona.
Kari Lake. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Accidentally.
No, that's great though. That actually is pretty funny.
The thing about Arizona is they count too slow, so it might be some shady thing. I don't want to get
I remember somebody in my comment sections one time, like a year or two ago, when I was writing "Who do you want to be Speaker of the House?" back when that whole thing was happening with
the interregnum.
It was after Republicans won the House in 2022, and people were already saying, yeah, the Republicans aren't totally unified behind McCarthy. And Biggs emerged as like the Freedom Caucus's alternative. I did a poll on my community tab. This was like very early on when I was using my community tab. And I said, like, who do you want to be speaker? And it was like Andy Biggs, McCarthy, Hakeem Jeffries. And somebody in my comment section wrote that, like, Biggs is like a psycho or something. Like, I can't remember what the comment was exactly, but it was kind of funny.
Who the hell comments that kind of shit on a Tornado Sam community post?
Oh, trust me, there are a lot of people who I don't agree with at all.
Like, I remember a guy on my Senate prediction video said 2024 is going to be a blue wave because the most important issue is women's rights, and that's going to drive out massive turnout for Democrats amongst both Democrat parties.
Let me see if I can find it. The last I checked, it was still there.
Oh, God.
Crap, look at all these old community polls I did. Wow, look. 58% in this poll actually preferred Porter, and she's not even the candidate now. How hilarious.
Wait, Porter to who?
For Senate and
against.
Oh my word! Against in this blanket primary.
Against Garvey?
No, in the blanket primary, they were saying of the three Democrats running, which one's your?
Oh, okay.
Look at this. Look at this picture of McCarthy. I can't get over this.
He looks so happy.
He looks like he is losing it and is going to start hitting people with a gavel.
It looks funny.
Oh yeah, no, look at this. I also posted about this one time. 6% write-ins in the Wyoming governor race last year. That was like nuts. I'm still confused why that happened. Like,
That probably happened because Wyoming has such a low population that 6%. It might seem like a lot till you realize there's not really that many write-ins.
yeah, but that doesn't. It's 6% though. It's like normally you never see more than 1% write-ins, and it's very weird. Not to mention the Democratic nominee got 16%. That's like the lowest result ever according to Wikipedia. I mean,
well, try this. Check out the 2016 election in Vermont.
wait, the 2016. Wait, which type of election? Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
With Bernie Sanders? No, that made perfect sense because people were burnt about him.
I know, but still, it's
It's like what confuses me about the Wyoming thing is I don't know who they were writing in. I'm still so confused by that. It's like it's so messed up. Yeah, that is crazy though. Yeah, okay, this was back. Man, going back this much is hard, but we will. These were all my endorsements. Look at all these people I endorsed. I did not endorse Chris Christie. Don't take that to mean that.
of course.
I just thought that was a really cool picture of them. That's the only reason why I posted it.
What, the smile?
Yeah, no, it was the fact it was a very crisp picture. I was just addicted
Crisp?
to that for some reason. Yeah, like the picture quality was good.
Crisp like Krispy Kreme?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're getting there. Man, yeah, I've been doing community tabs for nearly 2 years, I think.
Are community tabs like proven to improve engagement?
Oh, well, yeah, they do.
Okay. By the way, what should I make my 6th video on? I just wrapped up my 2nd video roasting the shit out of Dollamore.
No, wait, I don't actually my knowledge of that guy you're talking about is like limited.
Oh yeah, he's fairly obscure. It's just he's so incredibly hateable. Like he has what you might call a punchable face.
Oh yeah.
Like he's the kind of guy that it's just you see him, he's so incredibly wrong and so incredibly smug about what he says that it's just I don't know if we were in the same age and I knew that guy in high school, I would have freaking given him the biggest goddamn wedgie ever. I would have fucking hung him on a flagpole with a wedgie.
Wow, okay. This is
Like, dude, check out the guy's comment section.
with Dollamore, yeah.
Dollamore, yeah, check out his comment section on any video. It is all brain dead.
No, I actually kind of want to see more of this guy now that you're talking about him so much. Like I had no clue about him for a while, but who will win the California Senate race? Look at how badly this aged. Wow. That aged so badly. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. I think we're almost there. Almost. Oh, yeah, here's Vance got his official portrait. I remember posting that. This was my poll on who's the best to take on. Actually, let me open this in a new tab. Maybe this is where I don't think it is.
I only got 10 minutes left until I die.
Yeah, you know what? This is dumb. I might actually just stop streaming and we don't even get results and watch Real American. This is ridiculous. Like, I have energy, but not enough energy to stay up until 12 until we get in our first results. Because at this rate, that's what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, you're a Midwestern bro, aren't you?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, are you in what's the time zone? Not Mountain Time. The second one.
I'm in Eastern time.
Oh, I thought you were in Central.
No, I'm not in Central. I guess you could say I'm close to it because, I mean, parts of Indiana are in Central time,
Dude,
but
the comments. Chat.
oh my gosh, go away, troll. Anyway.
There's
So you're
more.
from
There's
Indiana,
more.
right?
There's
How do you
more.
feel
Dude, there's way
about
more. Sam, there's
Wait,
way more.
oh my gosh. How many
More.
people?
There's a lot. Oh my god, he's been doing this for a while.
Oh my word. Why did I not see this?
honestly, don't give him any attention.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just, that's terrible though. Anyway, wow. So it
How do you
wasn't
feel
that.
about Booty Judge?
How I feel about Buttigieg, I don't know why he ran for president. That was ridiculous.
Like he was like a D tier mayor.
Yeah, no, he was. Like, and he's mayor. I mean, the guy, what? He got like 10,000 votes total in South Bend. It's like, what business? Like, I'm actually impressed that he like did so well so early on in those primaries. That was actually really, really impressive.
Oh yeah, didn't he win Iowa?
I was complicated. It was like between him and Bernie. I think Bernie got more delegates, but he won the popular vote, or it was the other way around. It was a very weird situation. Who do you most want to be primaried? This was
Okay, that's a good question actually.
yeah.
Like I would love to primary out people like Dusty Johnson who are so much more liberal than their constituents.
Oh yeah, Dusty Johnson. Yeah. Okay, here it is. Who do you support for Speaker of the House? I'm pretty sure this is it. Somebody in my comments here. Oh, it was William G. Oh my gosh. If Andy Biggs were to become Speaker, Democrats would pick up 40 plus seats in 2024. McCarthy might not be popular with MAGA Republicans, but at least he's not a psychopath.
Democrats picking up 40 seats. That's insane.
Yeah, I don't think with polarization, I don't think we can do that. I never hearted that for some reason. Maybe because I just didn't like it.
I don't think we're getting results until 11:30.
Okay, well then screw it. We're gonna stop streaming pretty soon. This is ridiculous. I mean, I can stay up to a certain point, but we've been streaming for 1.5 hours, even more actually, and we're not even getting results. I mean, we can only do this so long. Gosh. Anyway, it's funny. This guy said we need Hakeem Jeffries. Somebody wants Maria Elvira Salazar. I have no clue why they wrote that. This was so long ago, though.
Honestly, we need Liz Cheney as speaker.
Hakeem Jeffries, the Democrats would have to win a majority of seats for that to happen. Well, yeah, but it was who do you support? Biggs and McCarthy are douchebags. Hakeem is an election denier. This is the one base comment in this entire comment section.
Honestly, I support Hakeem Jeffries because he's an election denier, just like my favorite candidates from 2022.
Yeah. This is so funny, though. McCarthy might not be popular with Republicans, but at least he's not a psychopath. This guy literally called Biggs a psychopath. That is so funny. I don't know why I still remember that comment. They were
Because
just
it's
like,
so incredibly dumb.
which of the following would be best? I had Trump here for some reason. It's so funny. But yeah, these are really, really old. My audience back then was actually pretty independent. Like, I had a slight, I had a slight plurality of people saying they're Democrats, but like there was no majority for any of them.
Wow.
I had a very diverse audience.
You became a fascist.
I still do have a decent diverse audience. It's just a lot of people don't really comment anymore. Like, this is Steven's comment right here. He's the only person who commented on these endorsements.
Wow, why are you destroying democracy?
I did get 3 likes though.
Wow, 3 other people want to destroy democracy.
And Trump
Can you
won this
believe that?
poll that I put out.
Man, I can't believe there are so many fascists out here. It just continues to boggle the mind.
I don't know why Jill Stein got 3% in this poll with Trump and Biden.
My completely unaffiliated, apolitical, liberal-ish sister said randomly she was going to vote for Jill Stein. I asked her why, like which position she likes. She's just like, I don't know any of her positions.
Wait, but why does she support Stein and not Biden? I mean, Harris.
No idea.
That is so weird.
She gets her political news from TikTok.
Okay, that's kind of concerning.
Yeah, she doesn't really care. She is.
Wait, is you're from which state are you from again?
Unfortunately, I am from Maryland.
Oh, of course. Wait, Jill Stein isn't even on the ballot in Maryland as of
Yeah.
now. She's gonna have to write her in if she can.
Yeah, my sister also told me she's going to vote for Hogan for Senate.
Okay, well, I applaud her on that.
She'll be one of 5 Stein-Hogan voters.
Heck, not even Kennedy is on the ballot in Maryland yet.
Wow.
Let's see, though. I mean, he has to get on. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 states that he is not on the ballot at all, and then there are 3 states that he's an automatic write-in for, or 4 according to this. And DC, he's not on the ballot in DC.
Man, Kennedy could totally win DC. Trust the plan.
Yeah.
Real MAGA patriots will vote for RFK.
I still think it's funny that they nominated Chase Oliver. I still...
If they really wanted to stick it to Trump, they'd nominate like a Ron Paul type.
Yeah. And Chase Oliver is just, yeah.
He's guaranteeing that libertarians vote for Trump.
I mean, Chase Oliver literally, like, supported Obama or whatever.
Yeah, and he applauded Trump being censored.
Yeah. Well, I'm dying currently, so I think we will call it a night if we are really not getting any results.
Okay, I hope that you come back to life soon.
I had a cold like last week, and my cough has gotten better, but for whatever reason, the tickle in my throat just got really bad. I'm not sure what happened with that.
Sorry to hear, bro.
It'll be fine. I am more concerned about the fact that we advertised that we were going to stream the Arizona primaries, and then this happened. But anyway.
Well, we had a nice conversation, so don't worry.
Yeah, we did.
I
But
think
yeah.
Arizona is listening to customer feedback and understanding that we really did need more fraud.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we are not getting. If it's good, if red tie is right and it's going to be 11:30, then yeah, we're not getting results. I'm just
Good
gonna have
night.
to. I'm just gonna have to watch Real American. So yeah. I'll talk to you later. And we will see you in, I guess, whenever I stream next. So,
All right, I'll see you.
yep.
All right.
And thank you for watching this. This was the most disappointing stream ever. We did not get any results at all. Screw it. But that's how it goes sometimes. So subscribe if you, and nobody's actually watching this, so I'll just call it done. Bye.